it's a smaller profile. It looks beaten, it looks worn, it looks like it's been there, done that. When I thread a trailer, I usually cut about 3/4 of an inch to an inch off the back of a trailer if it's a 4-inch trailer, and if it's a 3-inch trailer or something like that, I usually just leave it whole. But you know, let the fish tell you what they want. You know, this is a flipping jig by Dirty Jigs. It's got basically like a natural green pumpkin, a little bit of a chartreuse speckle, blue flake on blue strands, and also a little bit of chartreuse with a little bit of a darker green pumpkin, and the realism in the eye is absolutely crazy. This is a 3/8 ounce Okeechobee craw, and you know, when it comes to these flipping jigs, I do the best I can to keep them as much original as possible, but the first thing you have to do, no matter what, is you take this weed guard here and you cut it. Alright. Now, definitely probably needs to be trimmed a little better, but yeah, I mean, that gives you a real good idea of what you're going to be flipping in there. So, first things first, trim the weed guard. Second thing, you can play with some of these strands and shorten them. Now, you know, if you just bought a jig and it's expensive, like these are about $6, $6.50 with tax sometimes, so you gotta say, okay, you know, well, that's pretty expensive, I don't want to cut my strands down too low. Don't. Just trim them a little bit, you know, and then after you trim them a little bit, if you don't get bit, just trim it a little bit more. But, you know, generally a medium battered look. So every other strand needs to be some other different length, even if it's just a tiny bit shorter or a tiny bit longer. It just seems to flare out a lot more. And one more important thing is I'm going to have to trim some of the bottom part right here, because you really don't want it that long. I'm probably going to take out about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little more than 1/4 of an inch from that. So we'll see. I'll show you that in a minute. Alright, here we are. Now, let's see here. Let's try to get the majority of these. Yeah, okay. Looks to be good. And basically, you just look at your blue. Look at your blue, pop your blue. Believe it or not, by taking all the blue and trimming them right there, you're actually just popping all your blue. So your naturals are going to actually cover over the bait. But the blue, which is more of, it's not something you really want a lot of with this green pumpkin. It's more of a, it's almost like you want to trim all the blues so they pop like that. Does that make sense? So it's almost like it's got that outer layer there, that poof, and that really helps. And then what you'll do is you go on the other side and you'll try to create that same kind of a pop. And then once we get to the back, yeah, basically get to the back, and go ahead and let's see what we got now. Oh, something is a little bit off, but I'll get it. Alright, so basically this is what you're going to have as your finished product. Maybe shorten the weed guard just a tad bit more. But this is how you're going to take your flipping jigs and you're going to make them look battered. And you're going to make them look beaten and worn. And yeah, the attention to detail is key in catching a lot of these finicky bass that have high pressure and stuff like that. So I hope you guys keep some of this in mind, and yeah, stay tuned for more.